second anniversary, so it was set up last year. So I'd like to welcome you all to the RNLI match. It's our first one for 2019 at Sandhurst Lake, and the second one will be at White Springs Fishery in October. Some of you have come a long way, 3.5 hours, some of you are only an hour away. So, we're going to do the peg draw. I've got 2 pots here. First of all, I'm going to draw the names out. When your name comes out, I'd like you then to come up and draw your number for your peg. Give it a shuffle. So, first name, Andy Checksfield and John Hall.
John, just one or two?
Yeah.
Any near one? What's the first one away?
Come on.
8 and 9.
Lovely. That's all right.
Peg 8 and 9. Second name to come out. Lee and Andy. Peg 13 and 14. James Patrick White and Jed. Peg 6 and 7. Next one, Kieran and Nathan. Peg 30. Sean and Scott. Pegs 23 and 24. Yeah. Stephen Island and Nathan. Pegs 10 and 11. Yeah.
I wanted. Oh, that was a hell of a coincidence, isn't it?
Gareth Thomas and Paul Morgan. Pegs 1 and 2. Glenbury and Rocky. Peg 31. Paul and Nino.
Oh, fuck me. You have one and two.
One for choice now.
Peg 16.
Double peg. What about you?
Last one. Adam and Peter.
Think about a lot now.
I know, innit? That's good race.
26 and 27. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the RNLI Anchors Hope charity match. Today we are at Sandhurst Lake. We're here as a group of 20 anglers, and we're here for 2 days till Sunday morning. The charity itself has now been running for 2 years, so this is our first charity match this year, with a second charity match at White Springs in October. This match is a pairs match, and the second match at White Springs Fishery is a singles match. So I've just got set up. I'm on peg 12. Basically I'm going to be marshalling half of the lake, and I've got another marshal on swims 24 to 31. So I've got myself and Scott who's going to be marshalling the lake. So I'm just going to be fishing 2 rods. Not really going to stick them out till later on this evening, because the reason why is I want to go around and do some filming with every single person on every single pegs that we've got available that was on the peg draw this morning. So I'm going to do some filming, and then I'll put my rods out tonight. And I've heard lately a lot of the carp from Sandhurst have been coming out quite late at night time. So I've got the 2 rods set up, they're all clipped up. I'm going to be fishing the new bait from A1, which is the new Ascent, and I'm going to stick 1 rod out on a black wafter, because I've had quite good one of these already, and my second rod I'm going to be putting out a white killer krill popper. I've already baited up, so what I've been doing as well, I've put out about 4 spawns on each rod. I'm fishing out about 10 wraps. I just found a little bit of a hard spot. I'm just fishing off a little bit of weed, so as I was pulling in, I was pulling in a little bit of weed after the hard spot, so I found them pretty much straight away. So I've spawned out some pellet, some mixed pellet with some crushed up tiger nuts basically, and some A1 basically krill and orange boilies. It's basically a bait that's been tailor-made for me this year. I've been using it on my syndicate back up in Wales. So what I'm going to do now is go around each swim, have a little bit of chat with them, and do some film with them, and you'll see this later on in the video clips. So first of all, I hope you can enjoy the first video that we've done for our charity. There's about 2 or 3 people here who are actually film blogging as well, so I expect that they will be putting their blogs up in the next week or 2. So I hope you enjoy the video, and tight lines everybody that's out this weekend. So I'm down on now on the first peg, which is peg 1 with Paul Morgan. Basically it's the first peg as you come straight in really. It's a good sized peg, this, quite a bit of water. So Paul, just tell me a little bit about yourself really, where you come from.
Well, I come from just outside Cardiff, South Wales. Looking forward to coming up here and enjoying this, and it's good for the charity. Hopefully we'll have to bob in off a couple of the boys, and hopefully get on another one. So I'm going to enjoy this.
So how far are you fishing out then, Paul?
I'm only at the moment 40 yards out straight in front of me.
About 10 wraps?
About 10 wraps.
Yeah.
And I got 2 pop-outs out in the margin at the moment.
Okay.
That's about it at the moment. We'll see how it goes from there.
What sort of bait you on? What sort of bait
Oh,
you use?
it's krill and squid and orange. The
Pro
pop-ups. Pro-baits.
Probates?
Yes. Pro-baits.
Yeah, Martin Probate. So
Yeah.
Martin be mentioned on the video blog, and also be hashtagged into things as well. I know Martin pretty well. Basically, Martin's got a syndicate lake called the Birch, and that's where I've met Paul, and I've met his son Gareth. So I've been fishing out again. I'm back on it again this year, and he's been lucky enough actually. I've had a couple of good fish out there recently as well. So moving on, I'm on peg 2 now, and I'm on peg 2 with Gareth Thomas.
Welsh carp catchers.
Welsh carp catchers, yes. So, as I explained on peg 1, I know Gareth from the Birch. We've met up there a couple of times.
Yeah.
And and you run your own page as well, don't you?
Yeah. Got my own group. There's a few people in there already, guys. So if you haven't joined, send a request. We'll get you joined as well. So happy days.
So how far to travel this morning?
Oh, I don't know how many miles, but from Pontypridd, about 2.5 hours drive. We left about 4 o'clock. Stopped off to get diesel, coffee, McDonald's, and time to get up here. Just after 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we had a very good breakfast this morning.
Yeah, very nice.
That was banging. That was. I was stuffed. That breakfast was. That done me all day really.
Yeah. Could do with another sausage on your mind.
Did
It
you?
was a nice sausage, that was.
Yeah.
It was nice. Pistachios, isn't it?
Yeah, Pistachios Cafe. Yeah, just down the road from Sandhurst. Really, it's literally just a 2-minute drive
It's on
around
the
the
Memorial
corner.
Park, the entrance to that, isn't it?
Yeah, and they opened up especially for us this morning, so I'd like to say thank you very much for them, because they don't normally open at 9 o'clock in the morning, but they opened up especially for us for 7:30, and all this was pre-planned months and months ago, and I've been obviously in contact with them this week as well.
Nah, it's good when you got support like that.
Yeah, so Gareth's on peg 2, so what sort of range you fishing out on peg 2? What sort of features do you find at the bottom? Is it quite weedy?
Yeah, quite weedy. It took a while to get some clear spots. I'm fishing two of my rods, my left and my middle rod, close in, only about 8-9 wraps. Yeah, so keeping close in on them two, and I'm 14 wraps then on my right rod, so to the right then. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, it took me a while to actually.
There you go, and he's just had a slight beep on his left hand rod here.
But yeah, it took me a while to find some clear spots, but finally did find the clear spots in the end. So fishing all pop-ups at the moment. I've catapulted a couple of free offerings around the left and the middle rod that's close in, and I'm just fishing a single hook bait, about 14 wraps out. Yeah, 2 on a multi-rig, my go-to rig really, and 1 on the Ronnie rig, which Nathan Davis, the South Wales Carper, have got me on, so got a few on there. So never really had much confidence in them until I started catching, but yeah, my go-to rig's a multi-rig anyway, so I'm always like confident on that one. Like just some foam nuggets over the hooks to stop the tangling. And so yeah, gonna sit on it for a bit now, see what's happening, and come up with a plan whether to put a bit of bait out or not. I have tied some PVA bags up with crushed up oily and all that in it, just in case. I don't want to spot any out, but we shall see.
What sort of bait you on them?
Pro baits, squid orange.
Like your father then?
Yeah. My old man's on it as well. So, yeah, squid orange. Got, like I said, the free offerings. Squid orange boilies, but the pop-ups, they smell lovely. Fair play. Yeah, so I pretty much use that since I've gone on to pro baits, because I used to use all the baits to start off with. I had a chat with Martin, and towards the back end of last year started using pro baits, and in all fairness, my catch rate have gone up, but as of late I've been struggling for some bank time because just changed my jobs and things like that. So yeah, just trying to find a proper balance, like.
And IB hooks as well?
So yeah, using IB hooks. Like I said, I've been over a year now to part of the consultant team of IB hooks. So Ian's been great since I've joined, like, and honestly guys, the hooks razor sharp, cheap prices as well. You know, like you said, you can buy, not mentioning any brands, but you can get certain hooks out there, and you can chuck an extra 2 or 3 quid on top of each box you get. But
that's the big companies.
Yeah, the big companies. But
we won't mention any of them.
Yeah,
but that's the big companies. Yeah.
No, but IB hooks, like I said, he's hand sharpened as well. We do a range of terminal tackle as well. So yeah, it's a relatively new business with Ian Burkill, and the team's growing on that one now as well. So we've got a few team members now trying to help us push the brand out a bit. I'm using Barton's leads. Just recently joined that team as well.
Yeah, they're banging leads. I'm on Barton leads as well.
Yeah. So,
I joined last year, and their leads are just great leads. And we've also got a box of leads here that is going into the raffle prize tomorrow and Sunday. So we're going to be. I'll go around tomorrow and do a raffle prize. Yeah. So I was sponsored them by last year, and they've kindly donated me a box full of leads.
In all fairness to Carl as well, even before I joined the team, he donated 50 leads to the charity match I done at White Springs the back end of last year. So, fair play to Carl. Top bloke, like.
Yeah, he is top bloke. So that's just about peg 2. Mm-hmm. So peg 1 and 2 are the first pair on the lake. So I'm now on peg 3. Peg 3, there is James Patrick White, and his partner is Jeb.
And this peg 5?
No, this is peg 3. So this is peg 3 with James Patrick White. So, what time did you come down now, James, woman?
I left my gaff probably about 5 o'clock, I think. Go and pick up Rocky in Cheltenham, and then we headed down here. Nice run down here, to be fair. Happy days.
Had breakfast?
Big breakfast, yeah.
Lovely.
Very nice.
Only a small calf though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a small calf, but I'm glad
But,
quite close to the toilet as well, to be honest.
Yeah, so we've got a portable loo behind us. So it's a quick
Shunt to the toilet.
quick shunt to the toilet for James. Well, I've got a little bit of run, I think, to mine.
Looking good though, isn't it?
So James, we just seen a fish actually just top out on his swim, just as we were talking. So James, whereabouts you fishing on peg 3 at the moment then?
Well, I'm aiming to that tree over there, which you obviously can't see on the camera. Probably about 20 wraps, I guess. No, maybe, 20 wraps on that one. It's hard to describe because obviously you can't see where I'm fishing, but I'm fishing as far out as I can, really, out in the middle. And then I've got a cheeky one down there as well.
So you got a cheeky one down the margin?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit weedy on there, but I just thought stick a
So you
pop
got
up on
much
there
weed in front of you?
Yeah, loads of weed in front of me, yeah. It's quite hard to find a
So are you off the weed?
Yeah, on the left, on my right hand rod, I'm 100% of a lovely little bowl down there. Real nice little salty patch, but on my middle rod I am on a little bit of weed, but I'm just going to go with it, I think.
Okay. Are you spodding?
2-inch pop-up, boom.
Spodding?
Not yet. I might do a
PVA
bit
bags?
might do a bit of spodding a bit later on, but I'm just going to leave it for the time being. Tiny little stick on the end of my pop-up, and there we go.
That's one of James's favourite edges when it comes to fishing. He does fish with absolutely tiny baits, and fair play to him. He's had some good fish doing that, especially at Wick.
Yeah, Wick's been alright, mate. Yeah. Little
Trimmed down pop-ups.
Probably about 8mm, I guess.
Yeah. That, you know, that's your edge, isn't it?
Yeah, love it, mate. Yeah, and then look, literally tiny little PVA bag, literally like size that, just with a little bit of flavour. Boom.
So
there we go. Fingers crossed it works here, isn't it, Jace?
Just do explain to me, because everybody's got different tactics when it comes to fishing. You know, some people will just fucking pile it in.
Yeah.
And I mean, Richie pile it in. I mean, I know somebody here at the moment has bought 8 kilos of bait, and I said to him,
I probably don't use 8 kilos in 3 months a day.
But James does this for a reason. Explain why.
Well, I don't know. I just think some of the bigger fish just get put off a little bit by the massive patches of fresh bait. So I'm just sort of scatter it a little bit, you know, and hope for the best. But I don't know. I just got paranoid last year about fishing big fresh beds of bait, and like fish are like, yeah, we know all about that, so we're going to go off for a bit and do other things and come back later when it's been washed in a bit, you know.
I was out down a lake. We fished quite a bit down in Devon, wasn't it? Was it Framesbury? Was it?
Firsbury, yeah.
Firsbury, yeah, sorry, Firsbury Lake. Yeah, they are very, very spooked by
100% fresh bait. They're like, nah, we know all about fresh bait, so
they are quite spooky fish. So you've got to use quite a lot of washed out baits, or really, really, really dry your bait out, or virtually the sugars are coming out.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of think out of here as well, they're quite clued up in here. Well, I assume so. I never caught a fish here. I never fished here before, but I'm assuming they're quite tricky fish, you know.
Okay, so
I might put a few spots out a bit later, see how it goes, innit? Do you see that fish just jump out there?
Yeah.
Right out in the middle. Big fish that was, I tell you.
So, what are you fishing? Bottom baits, pop-ups?
I've got 2 pop-ups on.
What are they on?
Scent, on the pink scents, which been moving some nice fish this year.
So that's on the new A1 bait.
On the Ascent, yeah. Trimmed down to about 8mm, I guess. Same on the other rod. And on that one, I've got a little tiger net with a bit of cork in it, just wafting around down there.
Okay.
See how that goes.
So that, you know, that's peg 3 with James. I'll be moving on to peg 6, I do believe.
Yeah, Jebber just round on the corner.
Which is my mate Jebber.
Yeah.
So I'll come back to that in a minute.
That is the big fish swim, apparently, isn't it?
What, peg 6?
What Jebber's in, yeah. Yeah, on the little maps, on the little Sandhurst map.
Actually, I can see actually a fish right in front of him as well. I think.
Yeah,
that's
well, on one of those
6.
maps, his swim is the big fish swim. So
is it?
Yeah, I'm sure he's very happy down there for a bit. I think there's fish showing down there this morning as well. So I'm guessing you've probably got a pretty good chance down there with Jebber. But I think everyone's got a chance, haven't they? I think they're probably moving around a bit, but fingers crossed.
Yep. So now with Jeb Martin, good mate of mine.
How we doing, alright?
Yeah, man, you?
Yeah, good, thanks, yeah.
So, known Jeb, how long we know each other now? Too long. 4 years now, I suppose. And Jeb and I we fished together some waters, and then he just disappears on his own for a while.
This way.
And then he comes back. And Jeb did the first charity match last year down at Lakeside, and he's obviously decided to come and do the second match, so I do thank him enough.
No worries, mate.
So, where did you come from this morning then, Jeb?
Just drove down from Gloucester. Yeah, so it didn't take too long though. It was only about an hour and a half, so yeah, pretty straightforward drive.
Okay. So, just tell me whereabouts you're fishing at the moment, how far you're out and things like that.
It's pretty busy here, so I'm only fishing pretty close in, about 10 wraps out or so. So I'm only going to fish 2 rods because it's pretty tight peg. So we'll see how we get on.
You're just fishing two rods.
Yeah,
Well, I'm only fishing 2 rods as well myself, obviously because I'm marshalling as well. And what sort of bait you on then?
Just trying boilers, yeah. Just trying some lofters, we'll see how we get on. So, yeah.
West Country baits.
Yeah.
West Country baits would also be in our raffle price at the weekend, so I do thank them. They donated some boilies and some pop-ups for us, so that will be going into the raffle price. It will be I'll be going around the lake tomorrow telling everybody what's been raffled off. It's about £150 worth of prizes we've got, and also we'll be doing a Grand National sweet steak, so we'll be doing that as well. So someone needs to go out and get a paper in the morning. And I've only had one can of cider.
Grand National tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, the Grand National's tomorrow. Yeah, so yeah. So that's just a little bit about myself with Jeb. He don't like filming, so, and he did say that. Make it short and sweet. So that's what I've done with him. So now I'm down on Peg 8 with Andy Checksville, the owner of A1 Baits. So had a good journey down this morning, Andy?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Yeah, straightforward actually. About an hour 40 minutes, something like that. Not too bad at all. A bit rainy, but drying up now, boys. Happy days.
So how far are you fishing out then, Andy?
I'm only about 14 wraps out, mate. So not far at all. I've got 2 13, 14 wraps, and I've got one about 2 wraps.
Under the margin, under the tree?
Just off the margin, yeah. I see a couple of things going on there earlier. There was a bit of activity, so I...
Is that when you arrived, or? Is that when you arrived?
Yeah, it's about 10 minutes after I arrived, yeah, just while I was setting up. There's definitely something going on there. There's definitely activity down on this part, Jace, that's for sure. I think someone's definitely going to have some fish. It's feeling good, it's warmed up as well.
Yeah, because we've had some awful weather this week. I mean,
last 2 days been freezing, and we've had snow and all sorts.
Yeah,
it's crazy, really.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Newport, and we've had snow where we live in Newport yesterday. It is absolutely hammering it down, and you know, and loads of schools were cancelled in Pontypridd and Pontypool, which is only 20 minutes up the road for me. It absolutely hammered it down. But this weather's changed. There is a low pressure bar in, which is a good thing.
Yeah, very good.
So it's running about 1,000, just under, about 999. So it's pretty good for fishing. But we got an easterly wind today, and then I gather, looking at the weather reports, I think we got a northeasterly wind as well coming in. So a bit of a fresh wind coming in.
It might be a bit colder. Yeah.
Might be a bit colder. We'll see whether they're going to be on the back of the wind, or they might just follow the wind.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We will see where the fish are starting to come out, according to where people are catching, and then we know then whether they're on the back or the front. But I got a feeling they may be on the back tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's definitely a few fish in this swim. Definitely down this part of the lake for sure. I've seen a few out, like you said, you saw some out of Jason's swim there. Jeb had a couple when we got here, which is just the right to me. John's me partner in the charity match. Chap has just come off his swim. He's had 2 in the last 24 hours. The only person to have 2 actually in the last 24 hours.
So you had a bit of a chat with him this morning, did you?
Yeah, I've had a chat to the guy this morning. Yeah, he's like I say, he's had 2 fish out. You know, it's looking pretty good. I mean, he gave us good feedback. He said he saw the fish come in from the right hand side, so down from the corner of the lake. Managed to snag 2 out. He said they've sort of generally gone back that way, so we know there's fish in the area. You know, with any luck, they're obviously still feeding. The cold hasn't really upset them. I did feel the water. It has hardly dropped down at all, to be fair. I don't think the water's too bad by any means.
So are you spotting? No. PVA bagging, or?
Yeah, just PVA bags for now. I'll let everyone else waste their money for the first sort of 24 hours, if you know what I mean. Yeah, definitely. Just singles, mate. Singles all the way.
So what singles have you got in then?
Banoffee. No, I haven't got Banoffee. John's on Banoffee, and why am I saying Banoffee? Because we make Banoffee for John. He's the only one we make it for. No, I'm on.
And Steve Payne as well.
Yeah. Maple Madness citrus pop-up. I've got maple bottom bait as well, and I'm on the Atomic well, 2 of them out of the bag, pellet and crumb in 2 of the bags, and the only one I've baited up, which is the one just off the margin here, just chucked a decent bit of maple pellet and maple boilie around him, just see if I get any activity really. Like I say, I've had a nice hit on my right hand rod about an hour ago. Decent liner, you know, obviously might make me sort of reel the fish in, you know, reel the rods in and going a bit closer, but until I see something, I'm not moving them now, I'm just leaving them there.
And we got a few swans on the lake as well, and they're out pestering the lines as well at the moment.
Yeah, not my lines, I've bit mine down.
But yeah,
slack
slack lines and dip the rods in the water, that's the main thing. Or basically, I know a couple of guys, like I've said, on peg 2 and peg 3, they've got a lot of weed on them, so they're fishing their tips really high because they've got a lot of weed in front of them. Where I think further as we're going down, it's not so weedy.
Yeah, well, I say there's a weed bar in front of us as well. It's probably about 10, 11 wraps out, something like that. You do hit it on the way in. It's nothing to worry about. I mean, you're going to get fish through it easy enough. It's not a huge weed bed, but it is nice, clean weed. So again, you know, it's not something you've got to really worry about. You know, there's some nice spots out here. In fact, I think it's almost hard not to find a nice spot. There's so many. You know, you never fished a lake before. You don't really know where to go. You get that nice donk. It's comfortable fishing. You know, it's 14 wraps. It's easy to get a nice bit of bait around, really accurate. You know, like I say, I'm just going to sit here and I will not touch my rods at all until I either see something or until they go off now. I mean, the good thing is John's my partner here. John's the one, he's spodding out maize and God knows what else, you know. Well, yeah, but you know what, at the end of the day, you know, you're in a competition.
That's right.
It's only for charity, no one's worried about winning it and that. I mean, just seeing anyone catch fish is going to be brilliant, but realistically, I mean, you've got 3 rods each. Me and John are doing everything completely different. So we'll see what takes off.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea because some of the guys actually are doing that. One is spodding, and one's just doing singling, and then they're seeing the activity of what's going on between them. And obviously, then if one gets hit from massive spodding, I think the other guy will then just follow the activity what he's doing as well.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of lines in the water.
Yeah, there's a lot of lines in the water. However, it is a big lake. It's a big lake, but there's 20 anglers on the lake, like I said. So that's just about peg 8. I'm going to move on to peg 9, where John Hall is there.
See you later.
So I'm down on peg 9 with John Hall. He's just having a cast out. He's fishing 19 wraps out, John? 19 and a half wraps out he's fishing. And what about your other 2 rods then, John?
One is that one there's 10 and a half wraps out on the left hand side, and the middle rod is going to be 19 and a half wraps with the right hand rod.
Okay.
So I'm having 2 really close together, about 3 foot apart, 4
all right.
foot apart.
Is that all on the banoffee, is it?
Yes, all on banoffee. Two on wafters, but 1 on a bottom.
Okay.
And fingers crossed.
And fingers crossed, John.
Over a nice spod mix of particles.
What?
And chop boilies.
Chop boilies?
Yes.
What? Again, what boilies?
Banoffee.
Yeah.
Chili hemp. And it's pigeon conditioner particle.
Okay.
And I cook that up with rock salt and chili powder. So it's a chili particle. Give them a bit of spice, mate.
Have you seen any fish showing at all so far?
No, but I've had 2 liners on the right hand rod.
Not getting pestered by the swans yet then?
Not yet, no. But I do have catapult ready. So they won't be here for long. How far out you fishing, mate?
I'm fishing out 12 wraps, mate.
12.
Yeah, I found a little bit of a hard spot on, but I'm just fishing 2 rods basically.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I just think 3's a bit too much, obviously, because I'm marshalling, mate. Marshalling the lake as well. You know, I got to get those rods in quick. So just 2 rods, you know, just keep the pressure down as well a little bit.
Exactly, yeah, no, I do.
And I'm not fishing in the daytime at the moment. I'm just gonna fish the nighttime.
Oh,
So yeah. So I'm just gonna fish like in the evening. I might do a bit of fishing in the daytime tomorrow, but I'm not gonna put my rods out until about at least 6 o'clock tonight.
Right.
I put a little bit of spod mix out as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, getting confident there before you stick your hook out there, isn't it?
yeah. So that's peg 9 with John Hall. So I'm with Steve Nyland from peg 10. So Steve come down after work. So just done a long shift at work, Steve?
Yeah, I started at 9 o'clock last night. Finished 6 o'clock this morning.
So yeah, Steve does a lot of his fishing where he comes straight from work, and then he has a bit of a kip in the afternoon after he's had a few drinks.
Well, you
So,
can't do that, yeah.
did you have a nice breakfast this morning?
Yes, I did, thank you. It's very nice. I think I'll set me up for the rest of the day till tea time.
Good. So Steve, whereabouts you fishing at the moment on peg 10 then?
Well, me left hand rod is on about 4 or 5 wraps out towards the pillars over there on that swim over there. You can see towards there about 4 or 5 wraps out. Just want to pop up with a ½ kilo ball that's scattered around there, and the middle rod is towards the silver birch over the far end towards the bivvy over there. That's at 16 wraps. That's on the Krill Snowman, which is one of my favourite rigs. That is, so that's one I prefer to use. And that's about ½ kilo to a kilo of pellet and baldy crumbs, chopped up baldies scattered around it. And the same on the right hand rod, which is towards the other bivvy on the right hand side there. The same distance, and it's got the same bait round it, and that's on a single krill bait, that is. So trying 3 little tactics just to see what happens, and wherever I start catching on, I'll just swap all 3 back to the same bait.
So have you seen any fish showing at all in mid-water?
No, I haven't seen anything showing yet. But, I haven't seen any crash or anything, so hopefully they are, I've been told by the bait if they are shown in mid-water, but hopefully they might get 1 or 2 by the end of the session, hopefully. If not, then this all part of the game, isn't it?
So you found some hard spots, gravel, or are you fishing off the weed or silt?
I'm on hard silt. I did start casting at Starlines, did bring some weed in, but I also think I might clear a little spot, and that was at 15 wraps. So I've gone to 16, which seems to have cleared it a little bit, so it feels like I'm on a bit of hard silt.
Okay.
That it?
So now I'm on peg 11. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon, obviously on a Friday. I'm with Nathan Davis. So Nathan, just tell me where you're from.
Well, from South Wales, live in a little town called Talbot. But my local fisheries are based in Swansea, so well, not really much. Obviously, I've run my own YouTube channel as well, which is South Wales Carper. I mean, I haven't even really, I've been carp fishing since I'm 26. Been carp fishing since I was 11, 12, and it's literally the last 2 years that I've fully got into just carp fishing. And the last 2 seasons I've been on my local pond, the Fedrod, and holding a current PB at 29.10 from Todd Manor.
So basically, we're open to smash that.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Well, yeah, hopefully there's enough in here.
Hopefully there's enough fish in here.
Oh yes.
So I come down with Nathan last night, so I got to live with him in his van, come down to Sandhurst. We come down in the middle of the night and just slept in the car park and had a great breakfast. I've already said that several times already. So just for the video, Nathan, just give me a range where you're roughly fishing.
Right. Ranges for a fishing. I'm fishing 2 rods on 20 wraps. That is looking over towards peg 30. Just to the left hand side of peg 30 there's a white tree in the shape of a V, and that's
yeah, I can see it from here.
it's like the second white tree, and then
Yeah.
it's like a shape of a V.
Yeah.
That's what I'm fishing to. It's a shallow silt spot, and I've got 2 rods on that spot now within 5 foot of each other, maybe a bit more, and I've spotted then hemp over the top of them. I've kept it plain and simple, so I've got hemp. I put a bit of tiger nut goo in the hemp and pink lemon, rock salt, and I literally put about 10, 11 spots out. So I'll sit on that for a bit now and see if that produces anything. And then on my left hand rod, I am just using as a roaming rod every hour, 2 hours. I'll just give a little cast with a PVA bag into a random spot just to see if I can pick up anything just swimming about. And if I see a fish show, I can obviously reel that one in then and cast to it.
So what sort of are you on bottom baits, pop-ups, wafters?
My always go-to rig is, especially going to any new lake, has always been the Ronnie rig anyway, since I've started using it. So I've got one out on a 12mm pop-up with a size 6 Ronnie rig. And
is that on the hybrid tackle hook?
yeah, that's on the hybrid tackle hook. That's the curved shank. I've also they're all on the curved shank, and all 3 are on Ronnie rigs. All size 6s as well. But I got one on a bottom bait as well. Yeah, so I'm fishing 2 pop-ups. One pop-up's on my roaming rod and 1 bottom bait. I've got 2 out on Citrus, both 12mm pop-ups, and the other one ends on the Maple Madness bottom bait with A1 baits.
So yeah, that's Nathan from peg 12. So
11.
Sorry, peg 11. I do apologise. I'm on peg 12. God, and I've only had a cider and a lager, so I'm mixing it up already. So yeah, this is peg 11, Nathan. And what I'm going to do now is move on to peg 16, which is a big dog. Peg 13 with Lee Haynes. So I've just caught him really, just about to do some spodding out. So just for the camera, Lee, just tell me what you're spodding out.
Party mix, sweet corn, all sorts of hemp seed, broilers, good old mixture.
Good old mixture, yeah? And how much spoms have you put out? Third one. So what's the range you're fishing out with that then? 16 and a half wraps. Okay, mate. I see he's got a nice set of some rods down there, which are caught ones actually. So what sort of rods are those then, Lee?
Which
Fresh out the wrapper today.
Fresh out the wrapper. Brand new rod come here for the first time. We're just going to get a picture of what he actually is spodding out from that bucket there. As you can see, quite a bit of hemp in there and sweet corn. What sort of boilies have you got in there then?
Red candy.
Red candy.
Yeah.
So from QC Baits.
That's where the mix comes from.
So the particle mix has come from QC as well. So Mr. Phil Jackson. I must thank Phil as well. So, because QC is also one of our major sponsors for our charity. So, big thank you to Phil again for supporting our charity. And now we have his partner in crime who's just come over to Lee Swim. Say hello to the camera.
Hello.
Just introduce yourself.
I'm Andy.
And where'd you come from, Andy?
Malvern.
Malvern.
Yeah, I work with Lee, so...
Bit of a journey this morning?
Yeah, what time we set off, Lee? Oh, 6. Yeah.
Call it a 6?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, about 2 hours. So, yeah, we're here now. That's it, that's me done for a little bit.
So, what sort of range you're fishing at then in your swim?
I've only got 2 out at the minute, but both of them are 17.5 wraps. So, yeah, just tight spot, bit of bait over the top. Just going to leave that till tonight and see what happens. Go from there tomorrow. Fingers crossed. 2 jump out on bait, yeah, about that, wouldn't it, Lee? Yeah, 17 wraps, something like that when we first got here, so yeah. See how it goes.
No, and we just had the swans now arriving in the lake. They ain't shy. So, there's quite a few of them on the lake. I think there's about 5 or 6 on the lake. So I'm down on peg 16 now. We just had our first fish out. Andy Ealing just caught a 29.8. Went in a little bit of a wee bed, but he managed to get it in. Had to get the waders out really, just for fish safety reasons really. So I'm down here on 16 with
Lino, Paul.
So where are you from then, Paul?
Stride, Gloucestershire.
Yeah.
Just on the road from Lino, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm from Stroud as well.
Partners in crime then.
Yeah, partners in crime.
Partners in crime.
Yeah, second charity match for you.
And me,
great, great event. So, yeah.
And Lino's fished this before, I do believe.
I have fished it before, yes.
You both have, have you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Bayless.
We was partners last time as well.
When BJ was just a little bit drunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can remember that. Was that on peg BJ Fry? What peg was he on?
He was on Bayless.
He was on the Bayless lake, was he?
Swim, yeah.
I do remember rightly. Did he fall in the lake?
I think he did.
I think he was a little bit tipsy.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can remember that. That was about 3 years ago. That was.
That's last time I fished this place.
Was that the last time you fished this place?
Yeah.
So, Lino, so where are you fishing out on your range at the moment on 16 then?
So on 16, we're fishing 16 wraps out onto a hard gravel bed, and then I've got my left-hand rod against the far margins on the.
And there he is, Andy with the fish. He just caught one. Come in the camera, mate. Well done. Well done. And
Cheers, mate.
and a new PB for him as well.
Cheers.
Well done. A new PB. Well done, Andy.
As you can see if I look at his face,
He's buzzing there.
Yeah.
New PB, 29.8. So sorry, Lino. Like, what?
Yeah.
Sorry. What was your? Where was you fishing?
So yeah, my left-hand rod's against the far margin on a bit of silt, and I got my middle rod not far away from that,
Off the edge of that tree.
off the edge of the tree, in the
again on that far margin, and then I got my middle rod out on a 16 wraps out on the gravel bed.
I do believe I fished Lino quite a few times, and we went to Creek Lakes. I think this bloke, he likes fishing in the silt, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big fan of fishing in the silt, yeah?
I do.
Short rigs, long rigs?
Short, it's got to be short rigs.
Short rigs, 4-6 inches?
Cut Ronnie rigs, yeah, 6 inch long.
Do you coated braid?
No, all straight boom.
Straight boom?
Yeah, with a Ronnie rig on the end.
Do you strip it?
No, it's the boom, so it's the
Flora.
The Flora, yeah,
you fish Flora?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's that's what worked for me at Creek Lakes, and
yeah, I remember
and
that,
in
yeah.
Javanti when I went with Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, you both went, did you?
Both went, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, good lake, France.
So, what have you come here with today then? What bait are you fishing with, Lino? You on?
I'm a strong believer of bait works. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Atlantic Heat. I've used it everywhere I go. I do quite well as well. So, well, as you know from Creek Lakes and Javanti and stuff like that. So, yeah, no.
Did you take it there then,
Javanti as well, yeah, and Creek.
Yeah, you had a good session there.
Yeah. So yeah, bait works all the way for me. You know, so not knocking any other bait, obviously, but
it's a bait that works, isn't it?
Well,
works
yeah, everybody's on different baits here. Everybody's on different baits here. You know, we've got A1, we've got QC, we've got another company run about with another bait company. We've got Pro Baits. So
DNA.
Just caught off DNA. So I don't have a problem with bait companies personally. It's personally what you use. It's what you feel comfortable with. And you just stick to it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
so you know, everybody's different.
So the Atlantic Heat's done well for me, so hence why stick with it.
So what about yourself?
I'm fishing 16 wraps on all 3 rods, and they're all pretty tight together, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just leaving them there for today. Singles. Again, Ronnies. I've got 1 Ronnie and 2 slip D's out. And I've just gone for minimal bait really, just because we seen fish boshing this morning. And then come dark tonight, when everybody else is sort of snoozing and the fish and the birds are gone, I'm going to put a load of bait out.
So you're going to spot later tonight?
Later on tonight, yeah.
How's that action?
Yeah. Hopefully get rid of all the bird life, and then put a bit of bait out, I reckon. Yeah. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Same again. Paulie's on
Atlantic Heat, mate, yeah.
Atlantic Heat as well.
Yeah, and the
Tiger,
krill I got on one of them, just critically balanced. Try something different really.
So that's basically peg 16. I'm going to move on now to peg 23 and 24. So what we've done, we've taken some of the margin swims out really. Because a lot of guys can fish down to the margins from this swim or from 23, 24. The margins do fish well here, especially in the summer. I did here. And one of the bailiffs was on a margin swim this morning. 19, and he actually seen fish quite a few out.
Yes, and hence why I went there, and he said he saw a few boshing out yesterday. So
that's just peg 16. So I'm now down on 23, 24 with Scott and Sean, and the first thing I noticed here when I've come down is the wind. The wind here is really pumping in, and it's a cold wind as well. It's a very cold wind here. I'm on the back of the lake here, and this is a cold wind. So it's just a few shots here for that. Scotty is spotting out. And we just got Sean here setting one up. So while I'm here, Scott and Sean, just tell me what your range is at the moment, what you're fishing on.
It's about 65 yards, between 13 and 15 wraps on that.
Right, okay.
Scotty's at 13 and a half.
Yeah.
We're on a clear, silty gravel spot. Just everything goes alright.
So you're using A1 baits, yeah?
Yeah,
so
Maple Madness.
You're using maple, because I know you like the maple, don't you?
I do like the maple.
Is that all 3 rods?
I've got Ascent, Trapeze, topped with a bit of maize on my middle rod. I've got a maple bottom bait on the left rod,
and a citrus pop up on the right hand rod.
Okay. And Spudniks? Obviously you're spodding.
Yeah.
What Spudniks you mixing?
Yeah, it's got hemp, maple peas, maize, chopped boilie, blended maple, variety of all sorts of seeds.
So you put much in?
I put 30 spods in.
30?
About 10:30.
Okay.
Just topping up.
So you're actually just piling it in?
Going to pile it in, you're going to sit on it.
Well, you know, people are doing different tactics.
Yeah.
Fair play, you know, it might work.
Never know.
You never know. But first thing I've noticed here, the wind is really pumping hard in here. There's a bit of a strong wind.
Really cold
It's,
wind,
it's not, I mean, it's like 40, 50 mile an hour winds, but the wind's blowing in and the wind is actually cold wind.
Yeah.
And I noticed that straight away.
So we've still got fish.
So the first fish that's just come out, it's come out the back of the wind.
Back of the wind, yeah.
Because you've got the wind blowing into you on the back, so the fish are actually shown at the moment at the front of the swims.
Yeah.
So we got our first fish at Sandhurst Lake for the Angus Hope RNLI charity match. First fish goes to Andy Ealing at 29.8. What a stunning mirror. Well done. Congratulations, mate. So just a bit of an update. So it's 7 o'clock on a Friday evening. Things now started to settle down. Nathan Davis here. He's making our dinner.
Hot dogs for tea, boys.
Hot dogs for teas. Hot dogs for teas. As you can see, that Stephen Island is here now. Stuff out with one. So yeah, just an update. Just one fish just come out so far, and things will probably change later on tonight. I reckon a few fish now will come out. Starting to cool down a bit, and I do hear a lot that Sandhurst does produce fish more at night time or early hours in the morning. So I'm expecting a few wake up calls, because I'm marshalling the front and then I've got Scott marshalling the back. So come on everybody on the front pegs, pull your finger out, let's rev it up, let's get some more fish on the bank. See you all in the morning. Our peg 16 on our second fish, and this one is 21.6 with Paul and Lino. Can you tell me what you call it on, Paul?
It's caught from a sent from Hal wafter on a helicopter rig, about a 6-inch hook link, I suppose, on a slip D rig.
Okay, thank you. Second fish on peg 16 for Paul Jones and Lino, weighing in at little stocky 13.5. Caught on bait works again?
Sticky.
Sticky this time?
But a wafter again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sticky wafter.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. So I'm down here on peg number 30 with Nathan. Speak to the camera.
Hi, Kit.
And Kieran.
I ain't interested, mate. You want a cup of tea? Has that got milk in it, Jace?
It's a 3-in-1 coffee, mate. So I'm here with the reigning champions from last year, from Lakeside View Fishery. So guys, what's been happening overnight then?
Not a lot.
Quiet.
Very quiet.
No fish in our zone.
Any change of tactics today, or are you sticking to the same methods?
Unsure at the moment. Maybe rest the swim for a bit. Don't know. Midday, a bit more bait, I think.
Change your rigs or anything, or are you just staying to the
No,
top?
I'd say the same. Stick with what we're doing.
Stick what you're doing.
No fish here, so. What's happening, so. Yeah.
Okay, so it's Saturday morning, about 10 o'clock in the morning, so we've just done our first 24 hours. I'm down on peg
26 and 27.
26, 27 with Pete and Adam. This is unfortunately Adam's still in bed, so I'm going to just do the filming with Pete.
Yeah.
So we've had 3 fish out in the first 24 hours. So we've had sort of like an easterly wind, and now it's changed to a northeast wind, so it's a bit of a cold wind. So we have seen fish shown around across the lake, but it's just a bit slow at the moment. So Pete has come from
Sleaford and Boston in Lincolnshire.
Which was a 3.5 hour drive, so that is one hell of a drive to come down to a charity match, so I do thank them, both of them. So Pete, you're have you going to change your tactics for any particular reasons today, or are you just going to stick onto the same methods as what you did yesterday?
Same methods really, as most of the people I've seen spotting. What I've decided to do is 160, 180 yards, as far as I can chuck it, with just 3 22mm boilies on the stringer, because that's where I've seen the fish, and that's it. There's no other bait gone in, and so it resulted in 1 lost fish yesterday, so stick with it.
So how far you fish now?
About 160.
That's a fair old chuck then.
13 foot, 3.5 test curve accelerates and those reels.
So where are you casting towards then?
Towards the far corner. You see where there's a duck or something in the water right out there.
Yeah.
There's 2 in there.
Yeah.
I'm in between those 2.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Bottom baits?
bottom baits, yeah. Yeah, bottom baits. So 22mm urban bait, tuna and garlic.
Okay, so you're on the fish meal as well then?
Yeah.
Because the 3 fish that have come out so far have been on the fish meal baits.
Yeah.
So sticky and bait works. It's all coming out on fish meal at the moment. So
yeah, quiet last night. Never heard anything last night at all. So today's the day.
Today will be the day.
Yeah.
So we're hoping the big fish will start to push through, hopefully. So that's just a little bit of information on this side of the lake, because I didn't do a lot of filming yesterday on this side, so I'm trying to split it into 2 days. So just done some filming here, and then I'm gonna go on to the next swim. So we'll see you in a bit. So I'm down on the final peg now, which is peg 31. I'm with Rocky, Barbar and Glenn Murray. So guys, any pre-activity during the night?
No, none really. No, not at the minute. I had a little take yesterday, I think it was. Like 2 o'clock, wasn't it, Rocky? Something like that?
Yeah.
Got lost him.
Yeah. I did notice you did get hammered by a swan.
Yes. Took all 6 rods out.
Took all your 6 rods out.
Yeah.
That was like last night, wasn't it?
That was last night, wasn't it? Was it last night, Rocky, or early this morning?
Yeah, last night about 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Just literally landed on Rocky's rods.
So any different tactics today, or anything you're going to do, or are you just going to stick to the same methods?
I changed to three yellow accents. Had them in all night. Not had nothing. So I'm looking to change maybe what it takes today. Maybe a different colour. Try something new, something different. Hopefully the fish will come down this end, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit more calm around here now, isn't it? It was a bit windy yesterday, so now it's a bit calmer on the final peg.
Lovely. It's a lovely peg. Lovely peg with loads of pike. Pike and fry.
They're coming in right in, are they? The pike, are they?
Yeah, come in, jumping.
see them down at the margins. Yeah, 4 or 5.
So you going to change your colours on your baits or anything?
No, I think I'm going to sit on my hands, to be honest, mate. I'll put a bit of bait out about 2, 3 o'clock. Yeah, just sit on them, I think, mate.
Triggle it in, or are you just going to pile it in?
I trickle. I just have a little bit in. I don't bait out low, to be honest.
Spod in or just boilies?
Just a few boilers. I don't really put a lot of boilers in or spot much, to be honest. I don't know if it's the right thing, the wrong thing, but sometimes it can put them off, can't it, I think? Hopefully Stephen Island pumps it in over the other side and they come over here.
Yeah, he has been spotting at this morning. They're basically spotting 2 different methods. So they are spotting one with hemp, and which is Nathan, and Stephen is spotting out basically just some spod mix with some tiger nuts, not particles really, pellet, and some krill boilies from A1. So that's mainly what he's been spotting, where Nathan's just spotting basically just hemp out with rock salt in it. So they're just 2 different methods. It's the same method what Andy and John Hoare is doing. John Hoare is spotting particles out, but Andy Checksfield is just fishing out singles. So they're different people on the lake are just acting as a team and seeing what works and what isn't working, and then switch to it, I suppose. Yeah. It's just whether the fish are just going to come on, but the sun's just starting to come out on this peg now.
The sun's supposed to be out for a few hours, isn't it? So
yeah. So this is the end of the lake now, which is peg 31. So I've now gone all around the lake.
Looks a banging peg. Fish in here at the minute.
It is a nice peg actually. So just an update on the RNLI charity match at Sandhurst Lake here. So it's about 6:30 on a Saturday night as well. We've got not long left. We finish tomorrow at 10 AM, and then we've got the presentation for 10:30, 11 o'clock. So we've got to be off here at 11 o'clock. So not a lot has really happened during the day. Still only 3 fish out. It's a bit of a cold wind we've got on this lake at the moment, sort of like a northeasterly wind. I mentioned it in the previous blogs earlier. So, but we've seen fish bosh out, especially between pegs 31 and peg 3 about lunchtime today. So I know James Patrick White brought one of his rods in and then had a bit of a recast, because I was right next to the swim. So we've done some, we did a Grand National sweep today, which it was a 50-50 split between the winner and through the charity. So the winner went to Stephen Island, so he won himself 40 quid, and then £40 gone back into the charity. And then tomorrow we got a big raffle prize as well. So the raffle price is around about £150, and everybody is basically contributed towards it. So I thank everybody on the lake. There's about 21 of us, so I thank everybody. In regards to how much money we've raised, I've been blown away basically for what everybody's achieved, and a lot of people here, 3 sets of pairs have been working together, and they've raised quite a bit of money, and I've got to thank those 6 people, 3 pairs. I will be announcing tomorrow the top 3 or maybe top 4 who's raised the most, and each one of them is going to get a prize because they have seriously raised some money for this charity. So I'll give the total amount tomorrow what we've raised. Some of them have got just forgiven pages, so they'll be closed on Monday morning. And then our next match, we will be going to White Springs in October. There's already, me and Nathan Davis we've already put plans in place of what the target is going to be. and our target, hopefully, just for that match is going to be at about £1,000, hopefully. So I'd like to come to an end for this evening, unless anybody gets any fish out. I'll do some videos again and some pictures. If not, I will see you all tomorrow. So all tight lines again. Whoever's out on the bank this weekend. So everybody, before we do the presentation, I'd like to thank all our sponsors for this match. A1 Baits, QC Baits, Barton Leads, Piper Tackle, Codex Tackle, and our clothing company, Richard. Also like to thank the people that have donated into our raffle prize. This is about £200 of prizes here. So I'd like to thank West Country Baits. I'd like to thank Sean for the leads. I'd like to thank Anchors Oak Clothing. There's also a rod here valued at £45 courtesy of Tackle Shop and Stonehouse Lobbies. But the main thing is about you guys. I'd like to thank everybody that's attended this match and hope everybody's enjoyed it. I know it hasn't fished that great, but it's all about the charity. I set a target for this match for £2,000, and you made a massive difference to this charity. We have raised £1,870 cash, plus £310 for the Just Forgiven pages. The people that have got the Just Forgiven pages, can you close them down tomorrow, apart from Sean, please? So our target was £2,000. So we've raised in total, including the raffle, £2,180.
Well done, mate.
And that will be going into the charity at some point in the next couple of weeks. But it's all about you guys again. So I've got some prizes here for the top 3 sponsors, because there's quite a few people here that worked as a team, and this set of 3 people have raised a lot of money. So I'd like to welcome up Gareth and Paul Morgan. They raised together £163. I'd like you to just grab some leads out of there from Barton Leads as part of your prizes. Help yourself.
How much does it each, you say? Should we raise?
In second place, for the most money, goes to Rocky. £170. Want to face the camera? There you go, mate. And in first place, joint again, great achievement, Lee Haynes and Andy Healing. They both raised £192.50 each. With Andy's, he's got a special prize in here. I'd like him to open it up and show everybody. So, Andy's price, 48-hour ticket at Monks Lake in Kent with Mark Foster, 7th to 9th of June. All your bait and everything's included. Well done, mate. Now we move on to the presentation. We've only got 2 prizes because we only had a first and second place. Third place, the cash pot, will go into the charity, so that will just add it up. So, in second place was on peg 13 and 14 was Lee and Andy.
Don't mess my hair up.
Don't mess your hair up.
Thank you, lads. Well done.
Yeah, boys.
And in first place, peg 16, Lino and Paul.
Cheers, lad.
And now I'd like to present the winners to the main trophy as well. Please come up. Your names will go on to the trophy as well. Okay? There's also a prize for the biggest fish. So Andy, you need to contact Sandhurst Lake and you will get a 48-hour ticket for this match as well. All right?
Well done, mate.
Right, now we come on to the raffle. I'd like to ask a dear friend of mine to do this. I mean, I've only known him for a short period of time, probably about 5-6 years. But the main thing about Kieran is he always asks about my mum and dad, and he was a next door neighbour to my parents, and he's always asking about my mum and how she's getting on. So, Kieran, come up, draw the ticket out for me, please. So the winner was number 67, and he's not here. John Hall.
What do you want to do? Is there an allocated prize for it? Well, he just chooses, does he?
No, he has it all.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. So do you want to take it from Andy?
Yeah, I'll take it, mate.
Okay. Brilliant. Cheers, Kieran.
No worries.
Right then, lads. Who's got a white t-shirt with them?
Yeah.
Can you put it on, please?
I'm going to tell John, just on speakerphone, that he had to be here for the raffle and he did win it, but it's been passed on.
I think we better have a clap for Jason for sorting it as well, haven't we?
Yeah, right.